Today's MMA T Company fight preview is with John DeJesus. John will be fighting on Bellator 272 on December 3rd. That's going to be in Connecticut. John, thanks for joining me today. I know you're about 2 weeks out or a little less from the fight. I know you were just out in Denver. So how was the whole training camp, the travel out there, travel back? How was that going?
It was absolutely phenomenal, man. It was a good time training with Mark Montoya and the Factory X boys. I learned a lot while I was out there, and I gained a fresh pair of new lungs while I was out there in elevation. So it couldn't have been more perfect.
That's a lot. That's like one thing that a lot of fighters talk about going out there, is training at that elevation. Did you notice a big significant difference when you first started training out there, just feeling like your lungs were a little zapped or you didn't have what you normally do?
150%. People told me that I was gonna feel it, and I was just like, oh, whatever. I'm a cardio guy. I'll be a little tired, but I'll be okay. It is not mental. It is 100% physical. Uh, Once I got going in my grappling sessions and things like that, when I would get off the ground, I feel a little lightheaded. Like it takes a toll on your body, but it's you feel it in the right ways. And if you stay there 2, 3 weeks in, then you'll start feeling the difference in your cardio.
And now, I mean, you just got back recently, right? So have you gotten a chance to test how that feels now being back on the East Coast?
Sure did. I went and sparred yesterday, did 7 hard rounds, and I was I can't wait. I
That's amazing. And while you're out there, right, you're kind of mixing it up with new people too. So it's something that a lot of fighters do when they get to a certain point, is just is traveling or setting up camp somewhere. Do you feel like that overall experience just kind of helps you hone in and level up and also focus just on fighting, right? Because you're not at home and you don't have the regular distractions of being home and everything that's going on. So, is this your first time going out there? Did you enjoy that time? Just talk me through about traveling for camp.
Yeah, 100%, man. I used to be what they call a part-time fighter. I work on trees and stuff like that as a day job and would train at night. I quit that and I was fully focused on this fight, on just being a professional fighter, and it made a hell of a difference, man. I understand why people do it now. And I wish I'd done it early, but I'm glad I got to do it. And yeah, working with those new guys, working with guys out there that fight in the UFC, fight in the LFA, and they're all over. They have the talent that they have. Definitely leveled up my game. My cardio's up. My whole game as a whole is up because I made that move, and I can't wait to show that December 3rd.
And you say, that you were a part-time fighter, you were working on trees. Is this actually your first fight where you have just focused strictly on the fight and not had a job outside of the cage?
100%.
And how has that been for you mentally, being able to just focus on the fight?
It's great, man. I get to work. I get to wake up, work out in the morning, relax in the afternoon, and then go work out at night. Or sometimes I even do 3 days. Like
Mhm.
while I was out there in Denver, I was doing 3 days. I work out in the morning with the fight team, go do my strength and conditioning, and then go do some technical stuff in the afternoon. It's just living the fighter's lifestyle is what I was meant to do, and I wish I had done it a long time ago.
And you do say, you wish you would have done it earlier, wish you would have done it a long time ago. I believe you're only 31. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you're not like, a tail end fighter. You're not at the end of your career. You're not even close to that. Are you feeling right now you're kind of peaking and kind of getting into the prime of your career as a fighter, just having the wealth of experience that you have and, kind of getting to that point where you understand your body a little bit better and, all those different things kind of start to click?
For sure, man. I've never been stronger, faster, smarter in the cage. Like everything's coming together at the right time. And that's what I feel right now. I'm leveled up tremendously from what I used to be. And it's just exciting times right now. That's all I could say about that.
And I do want to talk about a little bit about your career coming up through, because it wasn't that long ago that you were fighting for 247, right? Which is a local promotion out in Pittsburgh. You fought Ethan Goss, another guy that we sponsor. And then you went to Honor FC for one fight, and then you were right into Bellator. So, there's a lot of fighters that, will watch someone's career like you and be like, oh man, he's fighting on the same card as me at 247, 2 fights ago, and now he's in Bellator. So what kind of advice or, kind of ideas do you have for those fighters who you feel like they could be right there and they're right on the cusp of that next level, the Bellators, the UFCs, the prize, the one FCs, one things like that.
But I always like to say, what I say is my mantra is never quit, never stop, never settle, always grind. And that's what I live my life by, man. I never stopped. I don't care how low I was. I don't care how high I was. I never stopped. And that's my advice to young fighters out there today is to never stop, no matter what's going on in your career. You could be on a 2, 3 fight skid. This game, all it is one good fight away from being somewhere else. So opportunity, when opportunity knocks, make the right decisions and go do your thing. Never stop. Always grind. That's what I've done my whole career, and that's why I'm at where I'm at today.
And speaking of your career, bringing you to where you're at today, you're going to be fighting Kai on the third. Um, what do you know about him? What do you know about his game? He's coming in. He's 8-4-1.
I know his record is deceptive, just like
Mhm.
mine is. I know he's really good. He's sharp with his hands. He's a good wrestler. I know he's Ray Cooper the third's cousin, and all those crazy Hawaiians come forward and they come to fight and they come to bang, and that's exactly what I want. I know he's
Mhm.
going to be in my face from bell to bell and never stopping, and that's exactly what I intend on doing myself.
Yeah, and it's funny, right? Because it's almost like when you get in the cage and you see you're going to fight someone from Hawaii, you're like, oh yeah, they're going to come to fight and they are going to come forward. And with your style, right, it has to make for an exciting fight.
100%, man. I got the reach, I got the strength, I got everything on my side. And if he's gonna come forward and I don't have to find him on top of everything else, I welcome that.
And just talk about your you talk about your ability to always move forward, always be grinding. um that mantra kind of comes with you into the cage. So you talked about being a cardio guy, talked about different things like that, but I want to talk about your background and how you got into mixed martial arts in the first place, because you've been fighting for a pretty long time and have seen some wars and some battles and have kind of showcased skills in all different aspects of the fight game.
Yeah, man. I started. I'm losing track now. It was a good 12 years ago. It was when I
Yep.
was 18. I'm 31 now. Um, and a buddy of mine, we would do street fights, not kind of like Kimbo, but we do like street boxing fights where we'd go all meet up on a Wednesday night at some friend's house, throw on some boxing gloves, and just go at it. And I found out early on I got a long reach and I'm pretty fast.
Mhm.
And I had a buddy of mine who was training at American Top Team at the time who was doing that with us. And he was like, hey, man, you should come out. You should come check it out. You're actually pretty good at this with no training. Like, all right, let's do it. I like to bang. Let's do it. And I went over there. I went to American Top Team Davey under Rodrigo Baga Ramos. Everybody calls him Baga. And he basically embedded this MMA dream in my head. At the time, I was just having fun, fooling around, being a street kid, doing stupid things on the street. And he turned my whole life around. He taught me everything I knew up until 7 years into my career, into my training. And I meant everything. And he showed me the ropes. He showed me what it is to be a fighter. He showed me the dedication it takes to be a fighter and a good human being and all that. And I did that. I trained at American Top Team for 7 years. And then I decided it was a time for a move. So I went and trained for Black Zillions for about 8 months or so. And then the wife and I decided we wanted to move out here to Pennsylvania and to be closer to family and stuff like that. So we came out. I found the academy. I found Kama and the boys, and I've been here for I don't know 6, 7 years now. Well, yeah, 6, 7 years now. And then my career when I made it, because before I came out to Pennsylvania, I wasn't much of a wrestler. That was part of my game that I lacked the worst in. And everybody knows that if you come out to Pennsylvania and you're a fighter, you better learn how to wrestle because everybody and their mother wrestles here.
You came to the
So
right state. Yeah.
I came out here and I learned a lot, man. My takedown defense has improved tremendously. My takedown game has improved tremendously, and it rounded out my game perfectly. And that's why I made a name for myself here in PA. And the rest is history, man. I've before I made it to Bellator, I was a 3 promotional champ as a professional. Um, Caught the eye of a few big guys out there, and promotions and things like that, and make some connections. And now we're grinding in Bellator, trying to make it to the top.
Awesome, man. We enjoy watching it. It's always fun for me to talk to people like you who started just, fighting your friends in the backyard, right? You just threw on boxing gloves, like you said, and it was just fun. And it seems to me like fighting for you is still fun, right? You've made it your
Oh,
full-time job, and it seems like you enjoy just fighting every single day. And it's cool for me to talk to someone like you who's super passionate about it.
100%, man. This fighting is life.
Mhm.
And I embedded this dream into my family, my wife, and my stepson. My stepson does karate now. He's a red belt. I mess around with my wife all the time. She follows the sport. She loves the UFC and Bellator and everything that is MMA. And she actually made a career out of it. She went and became a nutritionist, a professional nutritionist, a certified nutritionist. I'm sorry. And she's helping me with my weight cuts now. So fighting for us 100% is life, and that's what I live to do each and every day.
Yeah, it's cool. It's the a family business, one would say, right?
100%.
Awesome. So before I let you go, I just wanted to give you a chance to shout out, anybody who's been helping you out. I know you were out at Factory X, you trained at the academy, you got sponsors. So feel free to just do any shout outs that you're looking to do.
Yeah, man, what I've learned recently is that it takes a village to be successful in this game. You can't just have one guy or one girl. You got to have everything. And I went out there, and first and foremost, I want to thank Mark Montoya for accepting me, taking me in as one of the team members, and working with me on at Factory X. I learned a lot tremendously. My day ones here at the academy, you got Kama, Justin Patton, Shaka Worthy, and all my guys down here. And I got David Sachs and Christopher Williams for my MMA and boxing. I got at the Factory X boys. They're legit wrestlers, grapplers. Isaac Greenlee is one of the best grapplers in the world right now. Like, he's out there doing jiu-jitsu tournaments at the highest level, winning still as one of our coaches. And yeah, man, it's been a journey. It's been a grind. All my sponsors at this point, I'm losing track. I got to get better with that because they're starting to pile up. But all my guys that sponsor me, that follow my journey, that help me out in and out every day, grinding with me. Thank you. I love y'all, and let's make it to the top.
Awesome, John. We're looking forward to it. Kick some ass on the third, and we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you.